Hello and good afternoon. It's Monday, the 23rd of October, and welcome to Monday Motivation. I'm Mary Gregory, executive coach and author of the book Ego, Get Over Yourself and Lead. And every Monday, I come on live onto Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube to just share some insights and thoughts that I hope will stimulate your own thinking and also get you motivated for the week ahead. Now, October, we've talked about it being the month of change. We're moving from summer into autumn. I don't know about where you are in the world, but where I am, it's very autumnal at the moment, and lots of changing in the leaves around us and in the weather. It's got a lot colder. But what I wanted to talk to you about today or reflect on today was the whole area of when things go wrong. So the whole idea of change, when we think about change, which might be why it causes us to have an emotional reaction to feel concerned, is that, there is an increased level of risk that things will not always go to plan. And if you're like me, you probably have experienced change where things have gone wrong, and in some cases quite horribly wrong as well, or you might think of it that way at the time. And how we respond or react really can make a difference. So consider, how do you respond or react when things go wrong with regards to the change that you're managing and leading, and it hasn't happened as you'd like it to and gone to your plan? Do you beat yourself up? Do you chastise yourself? Do you give yourself a really hard time? Or do you blame it on other people, or blame it on your circumstances, or blame it on the tools that you're using? Whatever way you choose, it's actually your ego in action. So whenever we have that reactionary response, we start giving ourselves a really hard time, we start giving other people a hard time, or the circumstances around us, it's our defense mechanisms coming in to try and rationalize and strategize as to why these things have gone wrong. We've got to hang it on a hook somewhere. And it's our ego needing that sense of stability and certainty that will do that. So what we need to think about when we're navigating change and it all goes wrong is to think about how you can transcend your ego. And of course, the most important thing for you as a leader at this point is to make sure that you have kept developing your self-awareness. Self-awareness is so key to us as leaders of people when we're wanting to navigate change. So keep developing that self-awareness muscle, but also in the moment when you hear or you know that things have gone wrong, just make sure you take a breath and you ground yourself. It's so easy to let our emotions take over and to go into reaction mode. That is exactly the point where you probably just need to get yourself quieter and take that breath and just give yourself a chance to engage with the whole of your body, calm your limbic system, and give yourself a chance to think and reflect through what's actually happened. And in that thinking and reflecting, ask yourself some really good open questions. So think about those good coaching questions that start with how and what and help you to open up what's actually gone on and understand more about what's happened. And that will help develop your thinking further and help you consider a different way that you could respond to the situation. And the other thing to think about as well in that moment is also to practice some self-compassion. Open yourself up to the fact that, whenever you're in a change scenario, it is a learning situation. So when things go wrong, that's ripe for really learning something, not only in a practical way, you could learn about some new tools or whatever, but also learning about yourself and your own skills and capabilities and how you can access different parts of yourself in order to be able to deal with those things. So self-compassion, really, really key, and opening yourself up to learning, and of course, adopting the growth mindset, which is so much talked about these days. And you can find further reference around growth mindset in that fantastic book by Carol Dweck called Mindset. And also she has a TED Talk on the same subject too. So if you want to find out more about that, do look up her book and do look up her TED Talk. And then depending on the change, think about when you're setting up a change project of some sort, think about how can you plan in some way of trying things out, reduce the risk by trying things out and almost expecting certain elements of it to fail. It's very rare that something goes completely to plan and goes completely smoothly. So, is a pilot possible for you? Is it possible to pilot that project and actually use that as a proper opportunity to learn and find out about what could work? Because you're also going to find out about those things too, but also what might need further attention, could potentially go wrong. So, think about those elements, be kind to yourself, practice your self compassion, keep coaching yourself through it, and manage your reactions and responses as it goes wrong. And keep adjusting your approach and move forward. And I suppose, in summary, the thing I would say is keep checking your attitude. Whenever something's not going as we quite like it to, things, change is complex after all. We never know with this uncertain world that we're living in, the whole emerging process of it, we never know quite what's around the corner with it. Keep an approach of, if I have the attitude of being constructive, and how do I keep moving the action forward rather than going back into thinking or thought patterns that might get you stuck and in that sort of blame, reactionary ego mode. Keep thinking, how can I keep moving the action forward? And then keep utilizing the learning that you're getting from the program and the process as you're going through it. So I hope that is a useful insight for today. Do remember, this Thursday, my free Leadership Live webinar is coming up, which is all about leading change with empathy. Really looking forward to seeing you there. I know we've got quite a few people booked on already, so looking forward to seeing you there. We will go into this area in more detail and more depth, and also do bring with you any questions or queries you've got from your own experiences of change or that you may be facing at the moment as well, so we can have a good group conversation about it as well. Look forward to seeing you at 1 o'clock on Thursday for those that are joining me. Otherwise, I shall see you next week. Have a great week. Bye for now.